Alibaba Qwen had released their flagship vision language model, Qwen 3VL, some time back. Now you have a smaller size Qwen 3VL, 30 billion parameters, A3B, instruct and thinking version. So this smaller size model, they claim with just 3 billion active parameters is rivaling GPT-5 Mini, Claude for Sonnet, and often beating them across various benchmarks like OCR, video, agent tasks, STEM, visual question answering. This model is available on Hugging Face for you to download. This model has an Apache 2.0 license, which means that you can use it for commercial purposes. Now, this model can do a variety of tasks like long context and video understanding. It has a 256K context, expandable to 1 million, handles books and hour-long videos. It is got a visual coding boost. Basically, you can put a screenshot and ask it to generate code. It can work as a visual agent. It can do enhanced multimodal reasoning, upgraded visual recognition, and so on. Okay. So I wanted to test this model. This model is available freely on QuenChat. Okay, so you can go to QuenChat. You can say a new chat and you can select this model, Qwen3VL 30B A3B, and you can start your task. So what I did was I gave this particular image as input. Okay, so this is the image. If you look at it, the quality is not that great. It is difficult to read for us, even for humans, right? And I wanted to give this to the algorithm and see whether it can decipher these charts. Okay. So that's what I'm doing over here. It says this image is a promotional informational graphic about the medication Mounjaro, arguing that its benefits far outweigh its rare risk. Here's a breakdown of its component, title and tone. It's kind of sensationalized. The benefit section, left side. Okay. So the benefit section. We look at weight loss effectiveness 95% and so on over here. So it explains that section properly, does very good OCR over there. It is difficult for me as well to read it, but say 15 to 22% average body weight reduction. This is HbA1c reduction of 2 to 3%, right? All those texts it is actually pulling properly over here. Maybe there might be mistakes with respect to accuracy. Let's look at cardiovascular benefits over here, 53%. This is actually 85%, not 53%, right? So when you compare to the flagship model, there is some issues over here in this, but it is still pulling in the numbers over here, right? It's able to understand the graph. Then on the right, you have low risk factors. Okay, hypoglycemia 25%, pancreatitis 5, thyroid cell tumors 2%. Let's go to that. Okay, 25, 5, 2. Yes, it's pulling all these things properly and it is able to do OCR on this particular image. Some mistakes in this particular section. Okay, but this is a little bit difficult to read for humans as well. So the flagship model on this image had better accuracy in this region. That's my observation. Okay. So when I tested the same with the flagship model, but it's able to explain this particular image properly. Okay. So then I tried another task. I gave this handwritten image and, I asked it to decipher it. So what is the health issue? That's what I asked. So it says aggravated ankle injury. It's actually not aggravated ankle injury. It is kind of hallucinating over here because it's actually bilateral knee pain. Right? Aggravated since 1 year, left greater than right, difficulty in active daily activities, active daily living. So here it's done some mistakes. Okay. Impaired activities of daily living, it's giving properly. It says DM plus, HTN plus. So which is DM plus, HTN I think is not plus over here. Okay. So here I'm seeing some kind of hallucination in content, but it is able to pull things out. It is just confusing knee injury with ankle injury over here. It's actually bilateral knee pain. That's the issue over here, not an ankle injury. So here it's gone for a toss. Okay. If you look at overall, what is the understanding from this particular image? It's not giving the proper answer over here. But some of the internal contents it's able to pull out properly. Okay. So then I tried my favorite Delhi Metro map, which only bigger models like Gemini 2.5 Pro have been successful. Here I just wanted to navigate a station on the green line to a station on the, this is your violet line, right? Faridabad Old and Tekri Kalan. Here it goes for a toss basically. It fails on this task. I didn't expect it to succeed as well because I have only seen Gemini 2.5 Pro and its class of models working on this particular image. So here it makes a mess out of it. Okay. Then I tried a couple of video understanding problems where I uploaded a video. So this video is about a poem by Sarojini Naidu called Coromandel Fishers. Okay. So I uploaded this video and said, what is this video about? It says this video is a poetic and visual celebration of the sea, its rhythms. It's a cinematic piece that uses stunning imagery and evocative text to create a powerful mood. The video begins with the dramatic sunrise over the ocean, setting a tone of awe and anticipation. The title card identifies it as Sarojini Naidu's Coromandel Fishers, gives a very good explanation of this particular video. It says this video is a lyrical and immersive experience that uses the natural world, the sea, sky, sun and moon and wildlife to bring Sarojini Naidu's poem to life. So compared to previous version of 30 billion parameter visual language models, this model does excellent on video understanding. That's what I've seen. Another example, this is a short video. So this is an animated film about a dog called Pip. Okay. So I asked, tell me what this video is about. It says this animated short produced by Southeastern Guide Dogs tells the story of a guide dog puppy named Pip as he trains at Canine University, fictional institution dedicated to preparing dogs for service as guide dogs. So here it does very good job. So compared with previous models like Qwen Omni last year, basically, some of the visual language models of this similar size, I think it gives very good explanation of videos over here. So it says about the themes and messages, call to action, our dogs save the day every day for people with vision loss and veterans with disabilities. It explains this video really well. So that's what I've seen over here. Okay. So in a couple of video understanding tasks, I found it to be really good. In OCR tasks, yes, in handwritten it has some issues, some hallucination. In some other OCR tasks, it does well. In visual interpretation of complex images, it has an issue. Okay. Now what I did was I gave just screenshot of this and asked it to generate code basically. Let's see where I've done it over here. Here I ran into an issue. I think this is a bug, some kind of generation bug, where it started generating some base 64 characters like this, and it could not get proper code or anything. But I tried it again. Did I try it again over here? Let me see, where did I try? Okay, not here. Yeah, here basically. So I put the screenshot and I said, give me HTML code for this screenshot. All code should be in a single file. So it makes use of thinking, 819 to 81k tokens budget, and it generated this HTML code. And when I did this, it looks like this. It's quite decent. HTML code has been generated. Downloads this month. This is the graph, and Qwen 52.7k. Let's see where it is. Where did it pull that? It pulled from this follow Qwen 52.7k. I'm trying to replicate this particular screenshot. Okay, and it's something like this has been generated over here because it doesn't have the proper data for this. It has created some kind of Hugging Face page over here. It's okay in the terms of code generated. I think the larger model is much better at this particular screenshot to code. Okay, so yeah, one time I got an error over here. The next time it was able to actually generate me proper code for this particular screenshot. Okay, what else did I try with Qwen? So yeah, this is another video which I tried, and I said create an infographic based on this particular video.
Welcome back. Moving your body, intensity of the exercise, how hard the exercise.
So this is basically a video on nutrition and physical activity. So it says nutrition and physical activity presented by whom, and nutrition. So basically I said create an infographic based on this video. So it's saying nutrition, fitness is the foundation of performance, energy, substrates, exercise, intensity, fuel and contribution. So it is able to create a nice summary of this particular video. So in video understanding, I am finding it to be really good. In OCR, good and bad at times. In terms of code generation, the larger model is much better. But this is a 30 billion parameter model, so you would at least require an 80 GB CPU to run this. But it has only 3 billion active parameters, so this seems to be a very good visual language model. And you can try out this model for various tasks like OCR or enhanced multimodal reasoning, long context video understanding, those kind of things. You can try out this model and see if it is good for your use cases. Now coming to the costs of this model, if I understand from this page of Alibaba, where they have the cost of the API of this particular model for the thinking version, it looks like this. It is 20 cents per million tokens. So this is for 1000 tokens over here, right? And it is $2.4 for output per million tokens. So that's the kind of cost for this. So what they've done is that per 1000 tokens they have put over here this number. I don't know, they could have standardized to million tokens because everywhere the pricing is per million tokens. So it is 20 cents for input per million tokens, $2.4 per million tokens for output. Okay, so you can also access via API this particular model. So there is also an instruct version of this particular model. Let's look at that. So the instruct is much more cheaper, 20 cents for input and 80 cents for output. So you need to check if you require the instruct version or you require the thinking version for your tasks. So based on that, the costs are different. You can also locally host it if you have the infrastructure of this particular, like 80 GB graphics card, I believe is sufficient for running this particular model. I think context version of these models will come out, or already they have come out. So with context models, the GPU memory footprint also reduces. So maybe smaller GPUs also, with GPUs with a lesser memory also can be used for running this particular model. For other details, I would like you can look at this particular page. You can look at their Twitter post or X post which talks about this particular model. They also have a blog, but that is the larger model and not the smaller model. So you can check that as well. So this is an interesting release from Qwen, again an open source model. Okay. And this has just 3 billion active parameters and 30 billion parameters, and they claim it rivals GPT-5 Mini, Claude 4 Sonnet on visual language tasks or vision language tasks basically. Hope this video on Qwen 3VL30B is useful to you. You can check, if you want to run locally, you can check code samples which are present over here, right? They have various cookbooks and other things. You can check out those if you want to run it locally. Hope the video is useful. See you in another video. Please subscribe to the channel if you like the video.